Hi everyone, I am back with the 2017 Mickey and Minnie card series. This is the first part of the video that will be at the beginning of every video for the series for you. And this is the cutting of the cardstock to create the corner fold for the card. So what you need is your card base, which is going to be 5.5 by 8.5. I will just zoom out a little so you guys can see. So you need a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece for your card base. I'm using black again. Then you're going to score that at 4.25, and then you're going to need a trimmer. Now I've got the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, which is perfect for this. I know Fiskars has one that's similar, that's got the little V-blade that you can get, and the reason that we're using one like this is because we are cutting in the middle of the card, so a rotary cutter is just not going to work. You're not going to get the precise cut that you need. So if you've got this type of trimmer already, perfect. If not, Stampin' Up! Does carry these, and there's always a link in the description below. So yeah, now what I did with mine is, I'm going to zoom back in. I have marked mine, as you can see, with some white cardstock. So the measurements that you're actually going to be using are going to be the 5/8 mark, the 2.5, the 3, and the 4 7/8. The reason I marked mine is if I move this cardstock out of the way, there's a dark brown print underneath this, and I can't really read that when I have darker cardstock underneath there, so I just took a thin piece of washi tape and just wrote on it with a really fine Sharpie, and there you have it. So let's get to the cutting. Now here's our score mark at the 4.25. So what we're going to do is take this edge of our card, and I am working around my tripod, so excuse all the arms and hands in the way. So we're going to line this up at the 3-inch mark. We're going to take our blade, move it to the 2.5, and we're going to cut, down to the 4 7/8. So you should have a little cut there. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to line it up at the 3 again. Then we're going to move our blade to the 3-inch. And we're going to cut upward to the 5/8. And you should have a little slit like this. So that's how you do the cutting. Okay, so now that you have your cardstock cut and you've got your little slits kind of in the center for your corner fold, all we're going to do is fold this in half to create our portrait style A2 size card, and go ahead and give that a good crease. Then all we're going to do is take this corner and we're going to fold it back. So I like to just make sure that it's going to fold back evenly. And just go ahead and crease that down. So there you've got the actual corner that we did. Okay, so let's go ahead and start layering. This is the Halloween card. I did skip one. I'm so sorry. I may end up actually going back and recording that one. September was crazy, so I didn't get a lot of filming done, so I skipped one of the Mickey and Minnie cards. So I will try to find some time to go back and actually record that one for you guys and get that one up as well. So you're going to be one card short of the set. So this piece is actually going to go like this right on the front. So all you do is you measure this to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then you just take a ruler. I just have this one, this Tim Holtz one. So you're going to measure over 5/8 of an inch from the top left and just put a little pencil mark. Then from the bottom right, you're going to measure up 1 7/8. This way, put another little mark, and then cut it diagonally in your cutter or with an X-Acto knife or whatever. You could draw a line and use scissors, it doesn't really matter. So we're going to go ahead and layer this piece on, but when you stick this in here, you do not want any adhesive on this diagonal because you will glue your card shut. So yeah, let's go ahead and do these flat edges here. I'm hoping I don't run out of tape. Okay, doesn't look like it will. I haven't actually done a card in a while, so now you're just gonna kind of put this in here and see if it lines up. I'll lay my card a little flatter, just so there's roughly an even border. There we go. So there we've got our outside panel. Now we're going to go ahead and do our top piece here, which is these two pieces. So I'm using white as my mat, and this measures 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and then my striped piece here is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So we're going to layer these up and get those attached to the front, and we'll move on to the inside of the card. Just like that. So I'll go ahead and attach this. Get this right on the front here. So you're going to have a little bit of a black border. Unless you don't want one, then you can just cut your mat to a 3 by 3. So there we have that so far. Now on the inside, we're going to put our message mat here, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So 4 1/8 across 5 3/8 length. I'm going to go ahead and attach this down. And I like to cover the inside of this piece here, just because it looks kind of weird leaving that open like that. So you're going to cut another coordinating piece, or you can use the same one as you did on the front, but they're the same size. So your mat will be 2 7/8 squared, and then your pattern piece will be 2 3/4 squared. And we're just going to layer them up and get them stuck to the inside. But I am going to go back to the front and glue my flap down. You don't necessarily have to do that, because when you put this piece on the inside, it kind of stabilizes this piece from falling or from flipping up. But I'm going to go ahead and attach it anyway. Just like that, so no big deal. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this little square panel on, and then we'll get to some stamping and decorate the front. So all of these papers are from the same stack that I've been using by the Paper Studio. It's the, I think it's called the Four Seasons and More. I can't remember, I didn't grab the pack, I'm so sorry. I'm completely out of the loop for videos, but we can do this. So there's the inside. Now we're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to close this, so I've got my little stamping guidelines here, because I'm going to use this Stamps by Judith stick. It's the candy corn. And I always have a link in the description for you guys on where I purchased these. You can get them online, or sometimes she's at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. This year she wasn't at mine, so I didn't really get to like hands-on look at anything, but you still can order online. So I'm going to use Tangerine Tango as my stamping color. So just going to stamp up or ink up my little candy corn and do my corner. So I do 3 here and 3 across and the one in the corner, and then I just kind of spread them out and change direction. So got these little candy corns. So there's 7 of them on there. That's just how it turned out for me and how I liked it. You can add more, you can do less, it's totally up to you. We're gonna leave that open because we need it. So there's my little candy corns. It's really simple. Now you could actually go in with some markers and color this, which I may do later just to kind of complete those candy corns. But that's the gist of the decorative stamping for that. Now we're going to do our sentiment, which again is from the Teeny Tiny Wishes set that is still currently available through Stampin' Up, and I always have a link in the description to my website. So we're going to use the Happy Halloween, of course. So inking that up again in the Tangerine Tango, and going to punch this out with the word window punch, which is retired, so I'm sorry for those of you who didn't get it. If you have it, use it, it's fantastic. If not, you can use anything you want to punch out your sentiment, or cut it out with your Cricut or your silhouette or whatever you have. There's all kinds of different dies and punches that can do the same thing, so does not have to be the one that I use. I just favor these for all of my Mickey Minnie series. So this is the modern label punch that, I'm sorry, again, is retired, but I usually do this one to back my sentiment there. I'm going to close this before I stick my hand in it. All right, now we're going to get some rhinestones. These are just, this is the old sheet of the basic rhinestones, or basic jewels, whatever you call them, from Stampin' Up. So the newer ones just don't have the strips, so there are still 3 sizes. I'm gonna sneeze, I think, and I'm trying to hold it in. So we're gonna take the smaller one on here and just go ahead and put this in our little corners. And then go ahead and attach our sentiment right in the center. That's why I do my little rhinestones first, so I can center this easier in the middle. Sometimes it's not always centered, but you know, do the best you can. There we go. There's our Happy Halloween. And then we're going to get our Mickey and Minnie. So you need 2 Mickey heads. And I've got this bow already done. This is just some orange color from Michaels, which is the eyelet ribbon that I purchase all the time. They have all kinds of colors. They seem to kind of coordinate with just about anything. Alright, so then you're going to just put your Mickey and Minnie where you want them. So, like that. Put a good crease so it stops popping up on me, even though it still is. Alright, I'm just going to take my, excuse me, Zig 2-way glue pen. This is the squeeze and roll with the pen tip, so it's the metal one, not the felt tip. I do get a few questions about that because there is another squeeze one, but it's a felt tip. I don't like the way that one works, so I don't really use that one. Alright, we're going to get this one. Go ahead and set that one down. Excuse me, man. I think it's allergy season again. Alright, so we'll get this one on, and then you can put these any way you want. I just like to angle them this way. My Mickey and Minnie series, the heads have always been kind of in this orientation, I guess. So I'm going to take a glue dot. This is just the 5/8 inch glue dots. So your basic glue dot. And I'm going to go ahead and put that bow and turn this Mickey into a Minnie. Like that. Now we're going to take a couple of, I feel like my nose is going to start running. I hope I'm not getting a cold. That would totally suck. Alright. So a couple of dimensionals on this. And we're just going to center this on the front of the card. Kind of wherever. And you can put this wherever you want. I just kind of... There you go. It's all complete. So there's the outside of our Halloween card. There's the inside. You got plenty of room to write whatever you would like. And that's it. That's our Halloween Mickey and Minnie card for the series. Like I said earlier, I am behind one card, but I can make that up. I will get that out. It's just a birthday one, in case you guys were wondering. So it's kind of, you know, I haven't skipped any major holidays. I usually do a birthday one in the month for September because it's kind of an odd month. But, yeah, there you have it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave that in the comment section below or message me or whatever. As always, there are links in the description. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.